All right.
Wow. Okay.
Next topic.
That was an exit.
That was an exit. We are going to talk about the PT Awards. That's right, our annual PT Awards. It is 2020 now. That is how it is, according to my calendar. I don't know if you run on some Gregorian mountain people calendar.
Wow. That was very specific. No, my calendar has a Doberman on it right now. So that means, yeah, that's my girlfriend likes dogs.
All right, let's get into it. Last year we introduced a couple different stuff, a couple different awards that were coming out at that time. And we decided to add 2 more awards to the list. I don't know if we're going to keep adding awards, but so far it's kind of worked out, and it's kind of a fun thing. But we're going to start off with the PT Plays Award. This award is given to the video that you guys watched the most of all of the videos that we came out with last year, and that video goes to Special Class Surprise Pokemon Academy Life Part 14, which is the last episode of that. You guys actually enjoyed that series, which I actually enjoyed the series too. It was kind of weird going back to that game, a dating sim about Pokemon characters if they were in that thing. It's a unique concept. It also kind of went into like the deep underground when Nintendo was shutting down all of those like fan-made games. They still do it, which is a disgrace, because at the time there was like a fan-made Metroid game, and it was doing really well. A lot of people loved it. And then it got taken down.
You got a cease and desist, huh?
It did. Nintendo was...
They don't fuck around.
You don't do that. You don't do that to Nintendo. And so they win that. Congratulations to the Pokemon Life Academy for winning that. To you guys, I don't know if you'll ever see this video. PT Video of the Year goes to Google Stadia Hands-On. You were in this video along with Nate, who's sitting over there. This video is the most popular video that we have ever created for Primal Target. It has over 1,000 views, which and comments out the wazoo. It is...
They did not like me.
It is crazy of how well this video did. Thanks to PAX for allowing it. I mean, they don't let us go there. Like we pay to go there. But it is.
They allow us to buy our way in.
It is very true. It is our home convention, so we are able to do things like that. But yeah, nevertheless, Google Stadia was our one of the videos that we did, a first impressions video. The Predator video also did very well, just not as good as this one. But what do you got to say about that? How do you feel you're kind of accepting this award for this video? Because you were in it. You were in it. This is kind of the video you did. I edited it, but it was more or less your guys' video. So
he was behind the camera.
Yeah.
So I mean, Google Stadia turned out to be a bust. So I mean, that kind of sucks.
He's never played it, so I play it every once in a while. We'll talk about it again in another episode. We'll do that next month. That way, it gives you a month to play it.
Yeah, we'll see.
God dang it, man! You gotta play. They give you free games. They give you like free games every month. Just download one of those and test it out.
All right.
Anyway,
as for like the video, yeah, not one of our more traditional videos in terms of like setup. We were in like a hotel and stuff. But yeah, I thought it was pretty fair, but I mean, I got lots of hate, which is totally fine.
You were one-sided, but yes, it is. We did open up the doors.
I do appreciate the comments nonetheless, because they were constructive.
Mm-hmm.
They were very constructive, disagreeing comments, which I actually do like. But yeah, I did pretty much shit on it, but it also ended up being true. So I mean, hey,
more or less. We'll discuss this.
I got
later.
the last laugh.
I won't. I disagree with you. But we'll talk about that in another part. But yes, so I the thing about the Google Stadia video that you were saying that some people they commented on the audio and things like that, and we've changed ways of how we've done this, and we've done this 3 times of how we do the production. We've got a better camera now. Since PAX, we were shooting on a Canon T3i, and now we have the Sony AX53. So we have a 4K camera that is recording this episode of Bitcade. So things are going to be a little different. We're going to have multiple cameras and we have different things that can shoot 1080p now as opposed to the T3i. I think
and
barely
I'll be adding
shoots
a new
HD.
camera to our roster this year.
Yeah, eventually. So, and then audio equipment. I think we're gonna go back to free audio where it's just like
Lapels.
the lapel microphones and stuff. We tried the H2N was what we used, and it works. It just doesn't do exactly the job that it needs to be done.
Right.
But it is a great microphone.
It's not great for our purposes.
Yeah, we used it at the PAX before, and that's why we thought that maybe we could do it in this one. It just didn't work out as well. It just kind of was. The setup was a little bit shoddy than we did last year, but we'll try to do better this year.
We will 100%
But that's the thing. That's
better.
the thing is you guys help us be better, and that's mainly why I think this video. It sparked a lot of stuff, and it was shared on other platforms, as well as the Predator video also was shared on other websites and domains, and you guys helped out and said stuff and gave shout-outs to the people that gave us shout-outs. So the ecosystem of Primal Target was very much grown last year. We hit 100 subscribers. That was a major thing that we did, and I don't know really. I never thought we could hit 100 subscribers, and I know there's plenty of road ahead. We didn't make a 100 subscriber video because we were kind of fluctuating at that point in time, but now we've kind of hit 102 at this current moment, and hopefully we'll grow. But I think that the Google Stadia video really did draw more attention to us, and we're going to try and do more tech-heavy stuff, and when PAX rolls around and try if there's things like that. Obviously, the new consoles are coming out this year, so we might be that will probably be featured more here on Bitcade. So there's a lot of stuff that we're going to be doing, but I think that even when you were giving your criticisms and your concerns to what Stadia had, I think there were fair points and enough to start the conversation clearly. And you know that's mainly what we try to do here with Bitcade episodes is start a conversation. You guys continue it in the comment section. We read them, and
every single one,
and we comment. We try to comment them, or at least you get a little heart next to your comment. And so yeah, that's kind of what we're doing. But so yeah, PT Video of the Year, the Google Stadia hands-on first impressions video. The next category is Happy Accident Award. This goes to games that we played that we didn't ever play, but we're very happy that we did. Ashton, why don't you say which one you had chose of last year? That came out, came out last year. But
so a game that we didn't expect that we would play, but we ended up playing and loved it?
Yes, that is the thing. The Happy Accident Award.
Mine was Apex.
Apex Legends.
Yes.
Go ahead and tell me why you chose that.
The reason I chose that was, for one, I mean, there was no warning for that game. There was nothing, no rumors or anything. And it just was released one day, and they promoted a bunch of streamers to go. They paid a bunch of streamers to go play it and promote it, and then everybody downloaded it. I was pretty burnt out on BRs already. I'd already been on the Fortnite/PUBG grind. I was like, okay, this shit is like boring now. Apex came out. I'm like, okay, this is actually pretty different, and I have not dropped it since. It's been almost a full year now. It comes to full year in February 14th, I think. I think it was Valentine's Day when it came out.
Sometime, I think. Some early
or
spring.
11th.
I think it was early spring.
It was definitely February.
Or before. Okay, so before spring.
Yeah, it was definitely February. And you know, they haven't had the most content updates, but you know, they've managed to hold my interest as my main game, and that's even after playing Modern Warfare and all that other stuff. So, yeah, I didn't expect to play it as much as I have. So
okay. Mine was Saved by the Bell. Series Saved by the Bell. This game was honestly too good for what I thought it was going to be. It is on iOS. It was a spur of the moment of, I'm going to play it. I just want to see if there's any like choose your own adventure things. Cause I love choose your own adventure sort of games. Obviously that's not what they're called. They're like action something weird title, but you know what it is. The Telltale games, I love those. Wolf Among Us, The Walking Dead, Back to the Future, even like those weird ones that were kind of on the brink of when they were starting to get good. So I was like, I wonder if there's any on iOS. There's a lot of dating sim garbage that kind of lurk in there. Series also makes a game called Episodes. Episodes is more of their like original ideas, and then Series is more of like universal properties. So Saved by the Bell is one of them. I think NCIS is another one, and then the Breakfast Club is another one. There's a lot of different ones in that app that you can download. But anyway, Saved by the Bell, I played that thing all the way through so much. I like that so much. I spent actual money to buy episodes to continue playing, and I also spent money on microtransactions of the gems, which you guys saw in the series. That series will be coming back sometime soon. The hard drive that the last part of the whole PT plays had died, and I'm now editing those, getting them all back, and they will be coming out sometime soon. But so stay tuned to that. Saved by the Bell is not gone. I did finish it. It's coming back, so stay tuned about that. But the writing is so good. The choice decisions are really well. It really does feel like you are in Saved by the Bell, and like you are talking to Zach Morris or Jesse Spano or Kelly Kapowski or all these other characters. And I think it's really good. If you like those types of games, I think it's worth giving a shot and maybe choosing some choices I did not choose. There is a season 2, and if you get those other videos some more love to those, which they did get some love. If you give them a lot of love, I'll go back and play season 2 sometime soon. But we do have a schedule that we've kind of made, so it will be like a secondary thing. But stay tuned if you really do like that. But yeah, Saved by the Bell was my my happy accident of last year. The happy accident award that I am giving to that. The Brown Star Award.
So
go ahead and explain this category.
Brown Star. It is the garbage game of the year, the most disappointing game of the year. Chocolate Star is also code for asshole.
Chocolate Starfish.
Yep.
Yes.
So the Chocolate Star Award. Yeah, there was a few hiccups this year. You know, we could go over a couple of them. And,
what would you give the Brown Star Award to?
Who would I give it to just right off the bat?
Yeah.
Anthem.
Oh, that's what I chose. I thought you were going to give it to a different one. You want to just
No,
give it
I
to
thought we were
Anthem?
just agree on one.
Oh, I mean,
agree.
We can.
It's
Okay.
definitely Anthem.
All right.
The other one that was kind of not great was that FedEx simulator, Death Stranding.
Wow. All right. I'm not. You're going to give the Brown Star Award to Death Stranding?
No, I'm not.
Okay.
I'm giving it to Anthem.
Okay.
I'm just saying the only other game that popular game that it would have contested with would have been that.
Okay.
Because it was hyped up to be something
but
that it wasn't.
That's not the award you're giving. Well,
No.
It wasn't really like hyped at all.
It's
it
pretty
was
dry.
hyped. It just wasn't said to what it
The
actually
only
was.
thing good about it is the story.
Nevertheless, the one that gets the award is Anthem. There's only one selection of this one. The Brown Star Award goes to Anthem. I actually did buy this game, and I actually did spend $80 on this game because I thought that I was giving EA the benefit of the doubt that the roadmap that they had, the roadmap that they had made sense. And he can't talk because he didn't buy the game.
Yes, I refused.
The thing about it is
watch.
the game is really good. Mechanically, the game is good. The story is pretty good because I almost to the point where I thought the story was better than Destiny's story by a long shot because you got the choices, semi-choices, but nevertheless the voice acting was way better than the garbage that Destiny threw at me the first time.
Fair.
The problem was the meat to the bone didn't exist. The characters, when it came to battling, like the enemies, weren't great. They were pretty one-dimensional. There was so much potential to Anthem to destroying what Destiny had done that they just didn't do it. It was like such a tee shot that they could have clipped this thing out about 600 yards, but they shanked it far left, and it went way off course. So much so, they have scrapped what they were doing. They are trying to go back and redo and fix all of what they did, but they're not. It's at this point too little, too late. I thought at a point that it was going to be because after the first month and a half or so, it lost its luster. It's cool. You get to be this you can be this ninja person that has this like ninja Iron Man or tank Iron Man or Iron Man. Like that's really where it all kind of plays into. You have these jetpacks, you fly around. I thought that was a really cool concept that you get to fly around to all these locations while Destiny kind of just has you more jetpacking to places. And, at bursts, while this is more of a get fuel, you do need fuel to like power your rockets and stuff or cool down your system. You can, not fuel, it gets overheated, your jets and stuff. It's, to me, reminded me of Warframe. I think if this game came out at the same sort of price tag as Warframe, aka free, and gave me all of these microtransactions that Warframe does, that makes it not, it's a free to play, I think it could have been really, really good. But unfortunately, it sat behind a $60 to $80 price tag.
And
it just
a bunch of microtransactions.
More or
Not
less.
Not pay to win, but all cosmetic.
But that's the thing.
All the good-looking stuff in the game.
But that's my thing. If it came out for free, like Warframe, and did because Warframe does this too. It has cosmetic stuff and things like that. It would have did it. But I think it was aiming to try and take down Destiny, which unfortunately it was doing a lot when it didn't have that yet. Destiny had how long has Destiny been out? 6 to 8 years? No, something like that. Something really long, at least 6 years, at least 5 years. And I think that them trying to attempt to just jump right to that spot, kind of like a DC Marvel sort of thing. Like they were trying to get everything all at one time, and it kind of overshot where they were trying to go. And fans already shat on it because they hate EA just in general. And with that, it really hurts the game, no matter how good BioWare tried to make that game. I think it's a good game. I don't think it's crap. I don't think it's terrible. I think it's good. But it is a huge disappointment. And for that, it is my Brown Star Award of last year. I have since don't have that game anymore. I returned it in a very, like, my balls in a bag sort of situation of, I'm done. Just get this away from me. I don't want it anymore. And I returned it. And now I think you can get it at Target for like $8. So when it goes on sale.
It's it just fell short on a lot of things, especially content. And they're supposed to be releasing update 2.0 to completely overhaul and make the game playable, replayable, I guess. But there's no release date on that I could find. So I guess we'll see what happens. They did say that Anthem was going to be a 10-year plan thing, like a franchise. So
and since then they've scrapped that whole idea.
So it's my initial thoughts when I was seeing everybody get hyped up for it, I was just like, I don't know, man. It seems too good to be true, and unfortunately, I was right.
Yeah. Anyway, moving on to bigger and better things. Let's talk about Game of the Year. What would you recommend for Game of the Year? Who do you want to nominate? Or who do you want to say Game of the Year was?
Game of the Year, The Outer Worlds.
The Outer Worlds, and I'm going to say that as well. The Outer Worlds is our Game of the Year. I think it's very well-deserved of a game that this kind of almost became my, what was it? The Happy Accident Award. But I also kind of was looking forward to this game anyway. And as soon as they announced it at E3, I think 2018, I was like, oh, I'm getting this game.
Yeah.
This is the game.
He was all about it as soon as he saw it.
Yeah. Whatever E3 it was at, either 2018 or 19, I was immediately like, this is the game. I want to play this game. It looks awesome. It's space. It's an RPG game. It is everything that I like. It because, like we have talked about, and I've since then have even talked with coworkers of mine that love the Fallout and Elder Scrolls series. I have said, I'm on the hype now. I miss playing Outer Worlds, and to me, when a game does that, I feel like that's a Game of the Year contender right there. Like I liked the characters, I liked the story I was on. There are hilarious moments, which is very hard for games to do funny moments.
Yeah.
So
it was pretty good.
Did you roll credits on it?
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't want to spoil endings, but I was just curious if you rolled.
Yeah, I definitely rolled credits.
Okay.
Yeah, I like the fact that the game had multiple endings because of the amount of choices you had. Your ending could be completely different than somebody else's. and there was always humor in there, and each companion that you choose to have with you will react to a different in a different dialogue than another one would, because they have their own views and like political views and like views of the world. So they represent themselves instead of just going along with your story. They have
some
a mind of their own.
disembodied husk that only interacts with you if you talk to them.
Right.
Yeah.
So they actually make them seem like they actually do think for themselves. They are their own people. They're not just serving you. They have their own thoughts.
Yeah.
So it's pretty interesting.
Who did you play with the most?
Definitely Felix and Sam.
Sam, you chose Sam.
Yeah.
The robot.
Yes.
Okay.
He's overpowered as shit.
I know. I know he can, and he's also very fast to upgrade too. So there's that as well.
He's super quick. I used him for like my extra support and extra like skills and science and stuff, I think. And then I used Felix solely because of his Showtime move where he drop kicks.
Oh yeah, who did you play the least?
Who did I play the least? Probably that blonde medic chick.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because she was just kind of boring.
Okay. I actually played with her the most. I played her the most, and I was for a long time. I did have Pavardi in my group, but then I kind of switched her out with the other, like the
Naoka?
The purple-haired chick. Yeah, I put her in my party eventually because she's more of a heavy hitter.
Yeah, she's definitely a heavy hitter.
And especially if you give her like a machine gun or like that big turret thing, and you get her like the most of it, her special is like ridiculous because she just like it rapid fires. That's her whole thing. The least played would be Sam because I didn't have him in my party at all ever. I didn't have him at all. Because I eventually forgot about him, and then the character listing of the characters that I didn't use was the priest guy. I didn't put him in there. The guy you meet after you meet Pavardi.
Yeah, I played with each of them just to see because I wanted to see all their stuff.
Yeah, I did all their stories.
Yeah,
I did all the missions, but that's why Sam technically because he doesn't have a mission. So like.
He just wants to mop shit up, man.
Yeah, you can't even talk to him really.
He's mopping bitches up left and right.
But yeah, so in Felix, I guess I didn't have him. I did have
his
Felix
dialogue
on
is so good in all the cutscenes.
Oh, okay.
Oh my god.
I guess I was playing more on a serious factor. So when I had Pavardi and the medic gal, well, she's not really. Yeah, she's a doctor. The doctor. When I had her in there. They contradicted each other, and so there were moments of if a situation happened, especially towards the end of the game when stuff starts really hitting the fan, you can ask both of them their perspectives, and they'll give you both two different sides of the story. Because one will say like, well, we're in it for the money, right? Like that's what we are. We're pirates. And then the other one, and then Pavardi would give more of the like, well, you know, how could it affect the universe? How could it affect the rest of the planets and stuff. So there's like this different flip of the coin, which I kind of liked. And so that's why I would pair them up every once in a while. But more often than not, I would have the medic with me because she gave me kind of a Jack vibe that was from like Mass Effect 2, which is one of my favorite characters in that game. So I felt like there was kind of that where if I kept pestering her about her past, that she would eventually release information, which eventually she did. And that was kind of where it ended up.
Man.
But yeah, it's
yeah, Felix is always just like, yo, fuck the corporation.
Yeah.
And Sam was like, let's kill everybody. I'm like, well, all right.
Yeah, there's moments of like yeah, and the other thing that I really like is Obsidian made it so that those characters, no matter what you did, they agreed with you. Like that's kind of the whole premise. There's not one that's going to be like, well, I don't want to work with you anymore because you chose to do this thing. They'll express that they're disappointed in what you chose, but they're not going to leave. So
they still see you as the leader.
Yeah,
so.
Which is also weird that you can tell them to go kick rocks any moment in that game. You could go say like, "Go fuck off out of here." I don't want you on the ship anymore. I don't know why that's an option, but they.
I wonder if
they
that's an
let you-
achievement. I didn't want to do it.
Yeah, I didn't do it either. I kept every single character that I could find. I think there's.
They're all just chilling. Every time you get on the ship, Ada's like, "Well, Naoka is drunk again."
Yeah.
Surprise.
Oh, Ada. Is that Ada?
Yeah.
Yeah, she's the AI. So I think there's like 7 characters. My feet are clammy. That was that sound. But the yeah, I think there is like I think there's only the characters that I saw.
Yeah.
Which was the medic, Pavardi, the purple Naoka, Felix, the priest guy, and Sam.
Yep, that's 7.
So yeah, there's 7 choices. You can only choose 2 at a time.
Or no, that's 6.
6. Ada technically, but she's not with you all the time.
No.
I did like her personality too. I liked her as the Ada. So I'm hoping that for the next gen that Microsoft will let Obsidian make a Outer
Yeah,
Worlds
but give
2.
them the resources to make it really fucking pretty.
Yeah, because playing this game and them being independent, I'm like,
Yeah,
dude, sign me up. I will play this game
That was
again.
a AA production, guys. So
Yeah.
that with the
Yeah.
little resources they had, they made a phenomenal game. Now, it did have a game-breaking bug for a lot of people, which is why it actually didn't get Game of the Year.
Early on, it did.
Early on for the
It
first
has been fixed
for the first month.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
it's been fixed now. So that was a big factor why it didn't actually get the real Game of the Year for the Golden Game Award or whatever.
The Golden Game Awards.
Golden
the Game
Globes.
Awards. The Game Awards, yeah.
The Game
it
Awards.
was nominated for that, but yeah, they didn't do that.
Yeah.
But yeah, from us, it is getting Game of the Year, so that is our Game of the Year.
100%.
Do you have like a runner-up?
A runner-up?
Yeah, mine would be
Resident Evil 2.
Yeah, mine is Resident Evil 2. I think that game looked astounding. It came out in January, and it was my Game of the Year for most of the year until Outer Worlds came out.
Game was gorgeous and no bugs.
No.
Not many game-breaking ones anyway, so.
I didn't have any bugs.
Very clean experience.
My only thing is that, like how I was saying with Outer Worlds, when I was finished, I felt like I wanted more. When I finished Resident Evil 2, there is more to that game after Leon because you go back and you can play the other stories, but because there's like a whole bunch of DLC stuff that came out. But the thing is I didn't really have that pull. I will go back eventually and go finish that game, not probably as a PT plays, but as just like my own personal. But yeah, that was after I played as Leon, I was like, I think I got the story here. I think I'm good. Even though I know there's more to the stories, there's all the things and stuff, but
yeah.
So don't at me on that. But with Outer Worlds, I was like, I felt very satisfied, and also I can't wait to see what Obsidian does next.
Yeah.
But in that also thing, I also can't wait to see what RE3 looks like because RE3 was announced since then, and that's supposed to be coming out like in the next couple months. So it's gonna be really cool. So that's Game of the Year. The next and final thing is the PT Hall of Fame. Every single year, the panel of Bitcade will induct a video game into the Primal Target Hall of Fame. One game, the only thing about it is it has to be 5 years or older. So it can't be like something that just came out last year. It has to be something that came out 5 years ago, and that's mainly it. I know there's been other rules, but I can't kind of think of them right now. So
yeah, it's basically got to be something that holds up to like today, still enjoyable today,
and also that really impacted you as a gamer. So in your story, last year I inducted Halo. I gave my little spiel of why I think Halo deserved to be in there. Halo Combat Evolved. You inducted Sonic. So we'll go ahead. What was your thing?
From last year's?
Yes.
Sonic Adventure 2.
Battle. Yes.
Yeah.
I don't know if there's
it's
a
the
difference.
GameCube version, basically.
Yeah. Oh, okay. And then he gave his little spiel on why that is. So, without further ado, your inductee in the class of 2019, what would you induct into the PT Hall of Fame?
As for this year, I'm going to switch it up and go with Super Mario Galaxy. The reason I chose that is because that is the last Mario game that I actually played a shit ton of, and I could not get enough of it. Yeah, just the soundtrack itself was awesome, and it was it was crazy change of pace because you're literally going through like different galaxies and stuff, and you're in space and you're doing all this shit, and it's not all about that bitch Peach. You know, you got Rosalina in there. you know. So I mean, that introduced that whole thing, and yeah, I don't know. It was really cool, and the gameplay was a lot of fun. Your power ups change. That was one of the first Mario games that had where you have so many different costumes you can pick up, and they all have their own unique abilities. So it was a game changer, and it did come out on the Wii. And not a lot of games played really well on the Wii, or even warranted the need for a Wii. This one, it was playable, and you could play. The funny thing is, the 2-player, the second person was just a little cursor on the screen that it was basically a star, and it was a cursor, and you go around and you collect all the.
So did you give that to
bits.
Nathan?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, so I mean, it was a lot of fun. I would like to see. I never played the second one. Yeah, I was grounded all the time, so I
Didn't have the lunch money to get that.
no,
Okay.
I didn't get lunch money. I was poor.
Oh.
I had a peanut butter sandwich.
Okay. Well, this took a dark turn. But your inductee is Super Mario Galaxy.
Yes,
On the Nintendo Wii.
The Wii.
Well, mine is Pokemon Yellow version. This game got me into video games, I think. Mainly, it's the game that I always talk about when I think of the first time I really was like focusing on video games. Like I remember playing my Game Boy Color, my purple Game Boy Color, on my spare bedroom in Idaho, the bed, and I was like playing that with my worm light.
Yeah.
And my dad always played that game with me as well. He would actually beat the game and then give it back to me when I was a kid. And then I would go, "Oh man, cool! I got all these Pokemon and stuff." And then I would eventually start going, "Well, now I kind of want to give it a shot," and then restart the game. And then I would play it until probably about the SSN, because that's kind of a hard thing for a 4-year-old to figure out, because you have to go and get the ticket and then go there and all that stuff. But and then my dad would do it again. He'd beat the Elite Four like 3 or 4 times, give the game back to me, and then I would again do the same thing, and it would just be this rotating process. I was really into Pokemon. I still love Pokemon. I think that those games and the franchise that it's become since 1994 is crazy. I never thought that a game that I grew up with would ever become like this iconic thing. Pikachu has become like a household name. People know what it is, or people recognize him as a Pokemon. And the fact that I've been able to show my brother those games has really kind of been this connecting thing, and we've collected Pokemon cards together, and it really did spawn off of playing Pokemon and watching the anime that was on probably at the time. It may have been on Cartoon Network, or it may have been on Kids WB. I can't remember who had the licensing at that time, and I can't remember if one has always had it more than the other. But the fact that Pokemon has stuck with me, it's my thing. Like I feel like it's that thing that like Legend of Zelda fans have with Link and Zelda and that franchise. I don't have that connection. I don't care about those characters. It's never really been an urge to go on to this thing. It is, but I think my love for, like, I wouldn't say love for animals, because I don't know too much about like animal facts and stuff, but I didn't get zoo books as a kid. So but my thing is I do like the fact of you taking care of this animal and you're going on this adventure, and as a kid is cool. Like, you're getting to go off and be in this adventure and work together as a team and strategize on what you need to do. So yeah, as a JRPG, which games that I don't normally play, it's really fun and very unique that multiple people have tried to attempt to copy, but no one has ever taken over.
Yeah.
I know that Yellow is kind of the anime version of Blue and Red, or Green and Red, but that was also kind of the thing that I liked about it, is that Pikachu followed you around, and there's no other game that happened to do that until like I don't know, 5 or 6 games later. So, yeah, it's really cool. I think that Pokemon Yellow, to me, is my Hall of Fame class of 2019
You
game.
know, my dad did. I would play it on my yellow Game Boy Color.
Oh, yeah, the yellow. I had a purple.
I played Pokemon Red though.
Okay.
And my dad had the old, just fucking brick of
Game
the
Boy?
silver Game Boy.
Okay, the Game Boy,
Yeah,
not the color, a Game Boy.
Yes,
Okay.
a Game Boy. So he would play on that one because he liked how sturdy it was.
Yeah.
And he would be playing like
Throw
Pokemon.
through a window.
I think he was playing like Pokemon Silver or something. I don't remember. But he gave me an Eevee, and he said, "If it dies, you're grounded." And I was like, "How do you know that?" It'll tell me that you let it die, and then you're gonna be grounded because I really love that Eevee. And I was like, "Okay," and I never used it. I was like, "Fuck, I'm not getting grounded for your ass."
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, to this day, I still play Pokemon games. I have Shield. I eventually did get Red and Yellow or Red and Blue. Just secondhand and years later after those games came out. I had Silver and Crystal, and then I'm not gonna go in any particular order because I can't remember. I had Fire. No, I had Leaf Green. And then I also had
Yeah, because Red Green
Sapphire.
was not available in the U.S.
Yeah, I had Sapphire version. I had Pokemon White. And then
That was about where I dropped off.
Soul Silver. I'm going to miss a couple here, but and
Did you
then I
have X
had
and Y?
Sun. Oh yeah, and I had X. So, yeah.
That was around the time I stopped watching the anime.
Yeah, it's gotten a little different because it's all.
Well, now it's all like almost chibi, almost. It's like very.
Yeah, it's in the
They
Alolan
made him
region.
look way different.
I think there's a Sword and Shield series that's coming, and I think it looks exactly how it originally looked like. I don't remember. I think I've heard that it's supposed to look.
Look, man,
back
Ash
to
has
its
green eyes. Why'd they make him blue? It's fucked up.
I don't know.
Motherfuckers wearing contacts.
The guy's
10.
also been 10 for the last 20 years, so yeah, I don't know. Anyway, that's pretty much it for the awards. So yeah, Game of the Year goes to Outer Worlds. Hall of Fame games are. What did you nominate?
Oh yeah, it was Super Mario Galaxy.
There we go.
And
And mine is Pokemon Yellow. And
Super.
yeah, that's gonna wrap that one up. Comment section below what your Game of the Year was of 2019, and we will check that out. We're moving on.